This is gonna be awesome.
Live broadcast. I've never done anything like. How should I be like?
Welcome.
Be comfortable.
Just turn off your camera. No. Honestly, I would really love to just get together a whole bunch of developers who program together, show and tell. Maybe Tuesday, Thursday. Amir and I have kind of already been doing it. And I feel like if we just have awesome things we're building, it's an opportunity to get to know each other, show off the awesome crap we're making, and push each other to build it. And I would say fourth thing would be, here's some ideas, man. Here's what you can do to make it more awesome, make it better. I know you're working on a fun little mobile game, Omid. The box bird eats.
Yeah, that's right. I gave you my demo build for your iPhone. So, I mean, it's far enough along where I can do that. But, it always feels like there's so much to do. And I honestly haven't touched it for like a couple weeks now. So
I'm gosh,
exploring with other things, but I need to finish this one because that's what I set out to do like a few months ago. So I'll do it.
Yeah. So we get to hold you accountable.
Yeah. But yeah, I can demo it real quick on this if I can do a screen share.
You should be able to share your screen. Down at the bottom, third button from the left.
Right.
Share screen.
I guess I'm going to do the same screen. And I'm just going to hide everything. Can you see my screen?
Yeah, I threw it up on the Jumbotron, man. It's time. Let's fetch and go.
So I'll just do a playthrough demo first. Let me just mute the...
That was really loud, actually. That was surprising.
Yeah. So yeah, we have this cute little bird bopping around. And the objective is just to catch a fish. So when we press, we'll dive down. And I'm gonna try to get them all. Nice. And then I got rings in here. You can swipe to change the levels. So it's cool. Like visually, I got some like kind of fun stuff going on. And then I introduce objectives. So this one's like catch all fish in 3 dives. Or, there's like a time limit in some of them. Yeah, so things like that. And then we've got some upgrades, but these are non-functional or just like all visual aesthetics right now. And ring top, buy some rings. So I'm going to have some IAPs.
Oh, that's new. Is that?
No, that's been there. You just got to touch it. Yeah, I think the UI needs some revamping. Like this stuff up top looks kind of old. And then like these buttons, I could, make it modernized to what a lot of the other mobile games are doing. This is very much like, I started this project like years ago. So this is very much, I don't know, needs some updates. But lately I've been doing like trying to create more levels, adding functionality. So I think one of these is like items, like this magnet with the rings. So yeah, that's pretty much that's Boxbird is the name of the game.
It's cool.
His animations are so fetching clean, honestly. All the transitions between different pages are gorgeous.
My kids would play it.
That's like wrong secret.
I said my kids would play
it. yeah, my nephews like it. They're like, when are you doing more levels? Yeah. So it's kind of a kid. I guess it's a kid's game. I wasn't intending it to be a kid's game.
They're all kids games. So
right. Yeah.
Well, there you go. You've got maybe a first. You got more play testers. Your first client. There you go. If you call it a client.
Yeah. If anyone. Can you see if anyone's watching this? I don't know if anyone's watching, but if anyone's watching, feel free to hit me up for a demo if you want to.
Yeah, I'm gonna go peep this on Twitter real quick. So I know like my last one, I got about 1,200 people viewed it. So hopefully I can get a couple people to join us.
Wait, what's your Twitter handle? Let me also do that.
At Amir DAPL.
Yeah. So this is streaming on X. It's also streaming on Twitch and YouTube and LinkedIn. We're just going everywhere.
How do I? It's always a learning experience. I gotta figure out how to, like, I just gotta pull your Twitch and then let's see, developer show and tell. Interesting. Twitch.tv. We're always having fun on here. You're Lazadica on there, right?
Lazadica Long. Man.
Lazadica Long. No, you're Lazadica. Tricking me here.
Done. Oh, is that Twitch?
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, okay, sorry. Yep. Twitch is definitely Lazadica. Sorry.
So where's this streaming right now? Oh, okay. Twitter, got it.
Yeah. Did you find me?
It says one viewer. I don't know if that's us or yes, I will restream this.
Yeah, maybe it'd be better if someone else streams. I think Amir does get a lot of followers on his streams because he's building stuff for a blockchain. They're definitely
They'll follow it.
Yeah, they want to keep up with all the latest deets.
Mm-hmm. And I always show like what I'm working on. So like if you ever want to know like if there's progress, all you have to do is come and join one of these. And I'll show whatever. Like I don't know. It's not like some big secret. Chain and games.
So I can't wait for people to link in the ability to chat with people on X. Honestly,
yeah,
I feel like I'm gonna take a look at the X streaming later today, maybe tomorrow, and just see if we could do something like this through their platform. Because I feel like X, I mean, we both have so many more followers on X, and I feel like so many more people would interact with us on X. It'd probably create a better community through it.
Yep.
But I don't want to just stream by myself.
Yep.
When we can do this. So pros and cons. Right?
Agreed.
Yeah.
Well, tweet it out, and I can show. I guess I can go next if you want to see what I'm doing.
Yeah.
It's not as fun, but I'm having fun with it.
Don't
if it's play for you, it's good.
Yeah. So, all right. So for me, I did like a little search query, and Sterling, you'll appreciate this. This is how I did it, right? And so you just go in here and you search. It's got a little delay, and then it just searches like my K account. These are all my NFTs, and then obviously you can key off these and render what they actually are. But I built like a kind of like a real-time search.
I love how Omid and I are just getting so close. We're like, wow, look at that.
So yeah. The point was this is connecting to a lot of data, right? There's a lot of data behind the scenes that's I gotta open this up to have basically all NFTs on our chain. And so anything I want all data in here at some point. But there's a lot of effort in the new stuff because it's all IPFS driven. So getting that data, writing it somewhere that I can access it, and then obviously building all this. And then I built so this is a dedicated search endpoint into all of our data. And what I did was I just built little filters. So if you want to filter just by collections, it'll only return collection data now. So I find it fun. This kind of stuff, it's the majority of the work was actually getting my data in a happy place where it was properly indexed so that it was doing fast searches. And I just continued to cut down the time until I was happy. And so now this is I want to say this is using TanStack query, which I'm very familiar with on React, but this is a Vue site. So Squeegee's a Vue developer, and so I'm learning Vue right now. It's a trip. And honestly, I fought it for a while. He does such phenomenal work that I was like, I've gotta show it. And when I started using it, just basic stuff, I looked at the code to do all of this, and I do it in basic HTML and scripts, right? So I'm very comfortable writing that. It's very easy, but it's a lot of code. And then I came over here, and it's like 12 lines of code plus a couple HTML hooks, and I was done. And I was like, I had to add another search parameter in here, and all I had to do was put one line of code in there, and I was done. And I was looking at my HTML, and I'm like, I'm not updating this anymore. I'm done. I got to put like 30 lines of code in here to do the same thing. I'm like, one line of code versus 30. I think I'm going to just stick with this for now and just focus on learning this a little bit better. And I love developing in React and things like that, but it is just not, it's not the same. I'm actually quite enjoying this learning process. I wish I knew it a little bit better, and I have a lot of trouble disconnecting how I do development in React versus how this works. But to me, Vue 3 at least, it's been it's so much easier. I don't know. I don't know. I hate to be that person because I love coding in JavaScript, which I know that's probably not everybody's favorite, but like I love it. And then I go to this, and it's kind of got some elements like that, but it's also very different. And you just realize you're just like, why am I doing JavaScript when this is just easier? And it just handles data so much easier, in my opinion. It's probably for like a maxi who's only ever going to do JavaScript or TypeScript, they'll probably crap on this. But like for everybody else who's just learning, it's so much. To me, it's just infinitely easier to work with once you figure out the differences. So this is my life right now. It's getting this to be as efficient as I can.
Yeah, I mean, I've come from React. I used to be front-end dev at Coinbase. I was also doing a lot of the crypto stuff. I looked into Vue a while ago, but I'm not familiar with it anymore. Like, is this the new version, or is like changed a lot? I guess.
Vue 3, I think, went through a huge overhaul. It's, to me, I looked at Vue 2 code and Vue 3 code, and 3 is just simple. It's just they just wrap everything into simple commands like state management and stuff like that. Like there's no crazy declaring everything all over the place, importing everything all over. It's just there, and it's just easy, and it's interesting. It's just different. It's so different. I don't know that I'd say it's any better or worse, to be honest. Like I'm biased. I fought learning this for a long time, but that's what friends do. We learn so that we can help, and that's what we do. And so for me, it's actually been it's been a very pleasant experience, and so I can't complain. I've quite enjoyed even the little time I've spent in here. The differences are painful at first, but it's starting to like click, and as it clicks, I'm like, why would I ever do a React page again in my life? And so it's a weird place for me to be because that's what I enjoy doing. So it's weird.
Well, I mean, that's a glowing testimonial, I would say, for Vue.
Yeah.
That honestly, that's pretty crazy, actually. If you, who I know does love React, gives it, it's like, why would I ever go back and build a React page anymore? That's a pretty big statement, man. That's like
I hate to be
of
that
me
guy.
knowing you just kind of went up in flames.
I said I would never change, but it's hard when you see it and it's just better. I feel like Dart's the same. I just refuse that too. Sorry.
That's okay. I'll just be on my flutter boat over here. My daughter is really happy over here in the corner. I might go and grab her.
So that's
awesome, man.
Yeah.
All right. Well, here's my show and tell. Let's see. Let's go find my. Oh, there's my daughter again. So this is the game Dadbot, friends. This is Dadbot.
What engine is this?
This is Godot.
Oh, is this Godot?
Yeah, it's Godot.
Nice.
So
okay, I'm trying to learn Godot as well.
Dude, 100%, 10 out of 10, would recommend. All right. Especially Godot 4. I just feel like they're solving so many problems. It's open source. You own your game all the way down to the engine code. And it's so nice. It is so incredibly nice. So you can't do as powerful things as you can in like Unreal Engine 5, for example. I mean, Unreal Engine 5, I think, blows everything else out of the water, including Unity, especially with their most recent swap to people have to pay, devs have to pay for every download, which was
Well, it's more complicated, right? Like, I think you get some ease of use with Godot.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think we're trying to start like huge companies. So
yeah.
Yeah.
But
Visually, I think Godot is good.
yeah, I would also honestly say that Godot, I feel like, is just, I mean, it's so extensible. There's so many things you can do with it. So I've integrated a Rust library into Godot 2 weeks ago. Just like, oh, see if I can figure this out. And I got it working in about 30 minutes. It's like, wow, okay, I can run my Python code with this Rust Python interpreter. It's like, all right, this is pretty cool. I can write some Python code in game and execute it. Let's go. But which is something I'll probably end up doing for Dadbot, actually. It's just Python interpreters, maybe battle bots. You get to program all your robots. I feel like that's a dad thing to do. Just DIY projects, and they all fight for you. It could be fun. But this is Dadbot.
You're using the Godot script at all?
Yeah.
Yeah. That is.
Everything is in Godot script unless I deem it needs efficiency boosts. So far, I haven't needed any efficiency boosts, so everything is in Godot script. So this is a multiplayer game. I'm able to launch 2 editors at the same time. We choose our question set, just Python basics. This guy's going to host a game. This guy's going to join the game as soon as this one launches. I've got some prints going on in the background. Oh, fetch. I made a mistake. I think everything's going to lag out. So I'm answering questions. I'm going to stop that. Ooh, okay. All right. So we got our multiplayer game going. We can shoot.
Heck yeah. Look at his hair.
Right?
Love it.
So my wife is the artist. Each of these guys are actually, we sold them as NFTs on the Cadena blockchain.
Oh, you already did? You created NFTs of these?
Yeah. Probably gonna migrate
That's
from Cadena to Radix is our current plan. But yeah, so we've got our wasps.
Got a bit of he looks like a Square Enix character crossed with like a South Park character or something.
Yeah,
it's got like the style on both.
That sounds about right, actually. Yeah, so I can control both these guys.
Just killing bees.
Yeah. I don't know. It's probably too small to tell, but he's holding a can of Ray.
Oh, your left guy's dying.
Yeah, it's all right. He can die. We're good. We're good.
Oh. No death sequence yet?
No death sequence. Not in multiplayer. And you can see the wasps kind of get out of sync. Like there's only one wasp over here, but on this side there's 2. So I don't know. I'm still trying to iron out the issues with the networking.
They just stop, huh? It's like, where are these wasps coming from?
I don't know, but they're attacking you. That's all you need to worry about, Omid. Wasps are attacking you.
It's a great proposition.
Dude, this is like a horror game. Like for me, I would hate. I like have a nightmare about wasps coming at me. It's the worst.
So
while I'm trying to answer questions or like quiz questions.
Yeah. Well, the game pauses as you're answering the quiz questions, right? So it's somewhat okay. But we've got multiplayer in here. I could obviously use some polishing up. You can see I'm kind of lagging on this right side because I haven't synced the server up to handle situations like this appropriately. Also, there's just a lot of enemies. So the server's trying to sync all of these enemies at the same time, and it kind of freaks out. But I feel like
does the game end? Like, how is the game supposed to end?
There isn't an ending yet. Right now, the plan is to do kind of a roguelite experience, where it's just each map is randomly generated, and you get progressively more powerful as you play, and then you die. You have to restart, which is a really funny way to describe it, but that's how it works. So that's what roguelites are. There you go. Dad bod, friends. Dad bod.
Dad bod.
Yeah. It's doing pretty well, honestly. All things considered, I'm happy with where it's at. It's been fun to make it too. I've been trying to make I've been designing everything with a component entity architecture. So I can basically create new weapons, new items at will. I just create a new entity and then I just slap on the different, say, features that they're supposed to have. It's like, I'll give you health. I'll give you a health bar. Let's give you a damage component. So if you collide with something, you deal damage. Let's make you move in a specific direction. So the wasps, the player, even the can that he was holding is technically an entity. And I can create new entities really, really fast. And they're just all they just glue themselves together. And depending on the attributes of a specific entity, you can equip it. Be it like there's an item component that turns an entity into an item, so you can pick it up, store it in an inventory slot, so you can actually equip it if the item says it's equipable. All these different things. It's actually been a lot of fun to finally feel like I've made a structure that is extensible, because I've made so many games. I just haven't made lots of games that I feel I'd go back to, like, oh yeah, I know exactly how to build more add-on to this. It's fun to kind of be in that state of.
Yeah, I agree. Like structure is like probably the most important aspect of developing, finishing a thing, because the structure, then it's going to be a mess. But I've heard of this. What is it called? Like CES or something?
ECS, Entity Component System.
Yes, yeah. I'm still doing things in object-oriented land, but I feel like they're similar, but I know that they're different.
Yeah, well, instead of the premise is, instead of inheritance, it's composition. And so instead of inheriting functionality from a parent, you're composing functionality between building blocks.
Right.
So there isn't a health entity and a move entity. There's just an entity, and its attributes are determined by the blocks that you stack on top of it. So it's just a platform that exists, and then you just say, I'm going to give you health and movement, and here's a player component so the player can control you. Right.
Got it. Yeah.
So it's really
sounds
really
smart.
It is so fetching nice. When I discovered it, I think it was 5 years ago that I discovered entity component. It took me about a year to really understand how powerful it was. And then it was, wow, this is insanely awesome. And then it took me another 4 years to really put it into practice. So, I don't know why it took me so long, but it did. Here we are.
It's funny.
Yeah, there we go. Show and tell, friends. Show and tell. Now we have to work on the things we're doing. Hold ourselves accountable.
Yeah. Are we able to all like screen share at the same time? Is that what we're going to try to do?
I don't know if you can do multi like that.
I tend to just turn on some lo-fi hip-hop music here, and then we just jam out while we program awesome crap.
Put you to sleep if you're not careful.
How's that?
Yeah.
Amir's like gonna pass out or something.
That's
all right. Let's try the multi screen share though. I want to see if that does it.
Let's see. I think
so. I'm gonna try sharing a screen. Move it here.
Yes, I can turn it on. And if I hit contain, it's like I can make them all pop up, but it's kind of small. See, if we do cover, we could do something like that. Half screen. There we go. Your screen is up here.
Oh.
You might recognize this site.
Let's see. That one looks good, I guess.
I mean,
no one will be able to see the code.
Cadena code, man. Let's go. It's still alive.
Working for me. Like, people can see this. That's cool. Okay. I like
Yeah,
it.
how's this? I feel like your screen is here. Wait, I can drag these around. Hold up. There we go. There we go. Each of our screens is directly above our heads.
Mm-hmm.
Check us out, man.
I like that.
I dig it.
Oh, but it's a little bit cut off. That's okay.
Omen's like, these guys got to see my game.
You to see everything. All right, cool.
They'll be able to see your guys' game, but they ain't gonna see my code. It'll be a chicken scratch over here.
Yeah, that's okay.
What do you guys work on? I guess like, okay, in the next 30 minutes, you could all pick a 30-minute thing and just do that, right?
Yeah. I mean, it could be planning. Could be ideas. I mean, an idea I had for you, Omid, was you could use AI to generate new levels. If you just create a function, or I don't know how you structure the fish in there, but if you just give it constraints, it could auto-generate levels for you.
Is there like a specific one that does something for gaming yet? Do you know? Have you heard of anything?
No, so you just have a JSON structure. And so you can ping, let's say, for example, the function of an OpenAI assistant, and it'll respond back with, let's say, a randomized or a different shape of fish, depending on the JSON structure that you gave it to it. So I'm actually doing that with, I can show you the code real quick. I'm doing that for my question system. I have an AI set up to generate a question for me, and it responds back in a specific JSON structure that I am expecting. Let's see if
Yeah, I guess the structure, JSON structure makes sense, but then, so that's how I do the levels already, but like for it to visually make sense, I don't know how the AI would plug into my game.
Well,
because, you know, to make a pattern in the way I do it.
It's actually, so people have been able to use AI to create Blender scripts that have different shapes. So it's like, create a whole bunch of circles for me in the shape of a star, and it like outlines a star in the script. And they just copy paste the script into Blender, and it pops up as a star. So you could do something very similar to that, but with your fish. It's an idea, right? I'm not saying it's something. It's just you could play with it, and it's an option for infinite play, or just really quick level generation. You could.
Well, so since you're brainstorming on this now, I don't know if you can see this, but you see that?
I'll make it bigger. Hold on.
I'll make it bigger too. Oh, okay. So this is how my JSON's laid out. Basically, I have the level, if it has objectives or whatever. But so the fish and the spawn stuff, you know, type of fish, and then the coordinate system that I put in is kind of interesting. So like I rely a lot on this DCY, which is, I think it's effectively from the center of the screen, the Y scaling, because the device itself can be like, it can be any size, right?
Yeah.
Especially if I do it on like PC or, you know, platform agnostic. So 0.6, I believe, is 0.6 down from the horizon line, 0.6 of the entire height. So yeah, I don't know. It's like not exactly like pixel to pixel necessarily. So like, I don't know how to explain that to an AI that I created this system of you know, and then this X and Y is like, from that point, like go 56 up, for example.
Yeah. No, so I definitely think if you fed it this structure and just said, here are the rules, right? So you say, here's a JSON object for a fish, and I need to create a level with a list of fish. Here are my different fish types. So you just provided all the information. You could even make a GPT that just kind of helps you do this, for example. I mean, honestly, let's just give it a shot. Do you want to send me that JSON? Just copy paste, like text me that JSON structure using WhatsApp, and let's just
see what
we can do to help you out.
Using wait, do I have you on WhatsApp? Can I chat it?
I sent you my recordings of my playthrough on WhatsApp.
Oh, here it is.
So
I sent it on the private chat. Oh, did it? I don't think it sent the whole thing though. Okay, anyway. Let's try. Okay, I sent it on Twitter.
Okay.
And then, yeah, I'm gonna try this too.
Amazing artwork.
Thank you. Okay. So like, given this JSON structure for a rule in a game, the fish as objects. Generate describe placement where the fish is in the middle of the screen. And CX and GC. This open is visible to everybody. Okay. Given the JSON structure for a level in a game I'm building with fish as objects, generate another level. The placement of the fish is from the middle of the screen determined by DCX and DCY parameters. That is a scale of 1 of 0, 0 to 1. And bring that to the screen.
I'm making you a custom GPT right now, man. Don't even worry about it.
I was like, you got the right people here. Like if he doesn't do it, I will.
Look, we have an icon for it and everything. Blockfish level architect.
Just saying.
I don't think I need. I'm gonna cut out this stuff too. So just the fish. Array of fish.
All right. Do you ever like getting on a stream and you're like, man, I'm gonna test this, and I have no idea if it's gonna work or not?
Yeah, all the time. Sometimes I'll like go, probably like in a bad way, but for like an hour or so, just coding, and then being like, oh, I should probably see what it does. Right? Is that your baby, Sterling?
Yes, it is.
I guess I shouldn't have done that.
Oh. Sorry, guys. I know this software doesn't really cancel out any of the noise, but she's happy. Just know that she's happy.
That's good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put in level 2 actually, because then I could say it shows an arrow, so that it's like.
Dude, check it out. We have a level. I made you a level here. Take this level.
Yeah, it's fast.
Test it.
Are you pasting in Twitter?
Oh yeah. Let's see.
I'm just gonna submit this. GPT doesn't ask questions back.
You can tell it to ask questions. Just like, is there anything you need to know to do this?
Looks like it's doing stuff. I wonder what this will show up as. I'm gonna take yours.
I sent it.
Try yours.
I mean, I didn't put as much detail as you did in yours. It looks like you gave like the DCY and what the XV means. So I definitely didn't do that. I'll be honest. But I would recommend just making a.
This is what yours should.
Hey, it worked.
It does, yeah. Actually, I like it. It's like kind of. I don't have a level that's just like scattered, and that looks kind of cool.
There we go.
I'll probably make him go sleep. Okay. Let's see what it did with it.
Yeah, so I would recommend just building a GPT that you can just say, hey, build me a level with fish in the shape of a star or a circle or multiple circles, or overlapping circles, or 2 ovals, and it can just kind of do it for you. And it
should have did it.
Boom.
It did it. Or oval.
Dude, there you go.
Huh. That's dope. Okay.
Level development on steroids, man.
That's right. You could just do custom, like you could just hook this up and just make custom levels for yourself all day long.
Yeah.
Yeah, or I could just say generate another one. At least for now.
Yeah.
Like
make a star, or I don't. Yeah. Right. Like. Yeah. So, I would say make a GPT with all your information, and then you just come to it every time you need to make a level.
Mm-hmm.
Make me a level. Make me a level. Make me a level. Yep. And then you just pick and choose the ones that are the best.
Can I?
You could even set it up so you can just in the game you say generate a new level for me, and it just creates a new one.
Do you want to see something really dumb?
Of course, yes.
Yeah. You know, I like making dumb little knick-knack tools. I think you know that by now. But check this out. So you go in here, select that's 4 images. There's 4 accounts in that CSV file I just created. Map to account. I hope that's not going to be a problem.
It looks like you selected all the JSON files too. I don't know if that was intentional, but
it is.
Okay.
Let's see if it worked now. Am I on localhost? Oh, that might be a problem. Well, it sent it. Interesting. I wonder if it didn't like one of those account types. Image file. Yeah, it sends the. So I create this per document. So it sends all this, uploads it to IPFS, which something's not happy on my back end. I wonder if I changed something. That's why I said it could be dumb. Let's see. Server's running. Interesting. Looks like it went fine. I wonder if that something in this file type might not be making it happy.
So is the picture the thing that's supposed to look dumb?
Yeah. Why is it not? Do I not have it? I wonder if I don't have an account on chain 8. That's possible. It's always. I know. I know it doesn't work. It is dumb, and I gotta fix it now because this tool is really cool, but I have to add a collection field, and I used a multi-sig key that I just created. So while you guys are doing it, I made a multi-sig key for myself, and this is my collection owner, so like I have to be able to put this in, but my web front end is meant for like single key, if that makes sense. Like I have to let it know about this extra key in here, which it couldn't possibly know about right now. So I'll have to go back and fix that. It was gonna be cool, and now I'm just over it. It's I have to update this now to support multi-sig keys, but it made my collection. So what's cool is I can go in here and find. I can pull, so I got like my front end can just grab all this data. It doesn't have to do any lookups or anything. It's just there. So I'll work on that. I'll work on that. It's a condition that's probably not going to be common. So I don't know how much I really want to spend time on it, but yeah, I'll have to make some adjustments now. Sorry, I thought it was going to be cool. So it takes the image position, like image 0, image 1, whatever you want to call it. It's going to look for a number to start. You can start at 100, but then it's going to be like 100, 101, 102. If you wanted to get clever, you could probably trip it up, but that just won't work. And so it goes through and it uploads this and creates an NFT at the same time, and then the front end can sign for it. It's pretty simple. I didn't account for me making a multi-sig key and testing that on a stream, because why would I do that?
I don't know, because it's a problem.
Yeah.
Well, good job. I feel like you say this stuff is nice and simple, but the amount of work that you put into it to make it look and feel simple and actually work simply is hard. There's a lot of effort that goes into that.
There's a lot of code that goes behind just making this.
Yeah, a lot more effort than Omid and I just put in to get GPT to make himself levels.
I would be scared to have GPT try to do this. Like, I'm wondering what it would even come up with. Like, maybe.
Okay, now it's like spitting out equations and telling me to run it. It's not giving me the JSON. It's giving me the equations to make the
different shapes. Okay.
Yeah, so like I was like, okay, make me some more patterns, and then it showed me like, oh, there's a spiral pattern, but it doesn't. It's like with 19 more fish, or a heart shape with 29 more fish that like starts it, and then I'm like, okay, show me the entire code for the heart shape, and it's like, here's the equations.
Yeah.
Still won't give me the,
yeah. So that.
like, give me the pseudocode for,
so that's something that's a problem I ran into, actually, is that GPT doesn't want to actually give you everything. Sorry, my daughter is happy in the background again. But something that will work is if you build an assistant API and give it a function, and then the function is required to poop out the JSON in the way that you want it, it won't be able to give you pseudocode. And so I'm actually going to be using that to design my levels for Dadbot, where it's just an AI that will auto-generate, just kind of stack the level for me and create it how I want it to. I'm not certain on how the structure is going to look like yet, if it's just going to be a CSV file or something else, but I think that's a solution to the problem if you're trying to get more complex with the level design.
Yeah, but then so let's see, in planning this, it's not just going to be fish. You know, it's like I mean, aside from rings as well, but I got like bouncy fish is something that I've added, and then like spiky fish is something I'm adding. So these guys.
Okay.
And this will be like I'll have like a I'll give them life basically. So
yeah,
die.
So
like with all these like parameters, like the more things I add, the
more tools the AI has to solve your problems.
Right.
It can do a pretty good job if you just give it all the parameters it has to work with, and then give it.
I think it's given good ideas. I think the problem starts to come into like play is like the fun factor, right? So like even if it understands all these pieces, how would it know what would be fun to like play?
Yeah, So I guess the recommendation would be use it to generate lots of levels really fast, and then you just tag the ones that are the best, and then you go back and you modify them to be exactly what you want them to be.
Right. Yeah. So it's not like I should generate them on the fly.
Yeah, that's an option, right? Like maybe long term, someone beats the entire game. They have the ability to generate levels on the fly. Maybe they have the ability to generate their own levels and share them with friends. Just something you could do.
That's like, well,
So they could generate a level with GPT and then edit it, drag and drop the fish where they want them to be, and then send it to their friend and be like, "Beat this, I dare you," or something like that.
yeah, man. I've worked on level editors for one of my games before, and it turned out really great. But I never finished the actual game. It turned out like a month of work, and then I played with it and I loved it.
Like, this is great. Then you stopped.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Yeah. So AI just lets you iterate really fast, and it gives you tons of ideas really fast, and then you get to play with it. That looks pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I did it two circles.
Yeah.
So I can like tweak it.
Honestly, you could probably also just draw a picture and send ChatGPT a picture and say, make me a level that looks like with fish in these shapes.
Can you upload pictures?
Yeah, you can upload pictures. So you could draw 2 circles and say, make me a level that looks like this. And then maybe draw a triangle and say it'll have an arrow pointing at the triangle, and then draw a circle inside of it, and then put dots.
Oh, that could be useful. Because yeah, that's how I've been like. So this is like my level design Illustrator. You know, like basically just create it and then.
Yeah.
The most painful parts is inputting that JSON.
Yeah, snap a picture of one of these, upload it, and see how it does. Honestly, I'm curious. I feel like it might get pretty close.
Yeah. Let me find one. That. Maybe okay.
Yeah, the fact that ChatGPT has vision now just changes the game. You can upload these pictures. It's just awesome.
I like making all these nice tools to make my life easier, and then when it fails, my life's not easier anymore. That's okay.
I'm excited to see if ChatGPT does this, man. Let's go.
Yeah, I'd be so excited. No. It starts writing comments and nothing else.
It's like, what? Come on, dude. To create the actual JSON, it's like, all right. You just need to tell it. It's like, I don't care. You don't tell me how to make it. Just make it. I feel like GPT-4 Turbo has definitely turned more into a human that's just lazy and doesn't want to do things.
Maybe I'll show it an example. Like, here's a yo. doing the same thing. Oh, some code.
Let's go. What?
No. It's creative how it broke up the K into two parts. It's like the bottom half and then the top half.
Yeah. Now, if only it would do it. I feel like you just need to upgrade the prompt. Be like, make the JSON for me. This is the exact same problem that I ran into when I was trying to create a map crafter GPT. Is I wanted it to make a CSV that was like 50 by 50, just zeros and ones, or numbers like 0 through 9 or A, B, C, D, and it wouldn't. It would start, and then it would be like ... To continue, here's what you would do. It's like, no, that's not the goal.
Yeah. All right, gentlemen, I have to get to a fitness class.
All right.
Ooh, it's 3 already.
Yeah, it's time to get the pump on.
Thanks for helping me, GPT, and with all the GPT stuff.
Yeah.
All right, guys. I'll catch you later.
Take it easy.
Thanks for dropping in. It's been an absolute pleasure. I'm not going to do this. I won't be here on Thursday, but every Tuesday and Thursday, Amir and I are on here just programming away. So if you would like to join us, Omid, you are welcome.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I enjoy it.
All right.
Take it easy, guys.